I'm your friend Dr. Charles Apoki. I was ruminating on how one became who one is. I was not a very good child, or I was not a very reasonable child. All the stupid things any child could do, I did. But the time came when my brain opened and I was able to convert information, experience, and ideas to philosophies and principles. The ideas became philosophies and principles. Principles are concrete, guiding, and guarding barriers that direct you and restrain you. So, from very quite early, I started turning some things into principles that have guided me and guided me. One of them is that I had the ability to turn insults into insight. Remember, I've shared with you that when we used to go and watch television in other people's homes, and we used to eat gari that stays till daybreak ever. People wear a white jacket, and when it stays till daybreak, you need to use spoon to do deliverance. Then you baptize it with hot water to detoxify it. Then you consecrate it with banga soup. You eat it morning, afternoon, and evening. And then it forms weapons of mass destruction in your belly, biological weapons of mass destruction. Your belly will start making. And when we go to watch television in other people's homes, we will stay by the windows because we didn't have. And sometimes poverty will make you lack character and decorum. And so when we release these weapons, these nuclear missiles, the things will filter through the window into the nostrils of the very elite that were going to watch television in their houses. Poverty, when you stay near a gutter for a long time, you don't smell the gutter. When you stay in the dark for too long, you can start seeing partially. But the nostrils of the elite are very sensitive. And once they smell these nuclear missiles we have released, they will drive us, go, 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 go. When I don't come again, you. And we who had the very hard faces were the prime suspects. There are children who ate salad and other things that can produce more chemicals are innocent. So I asked my father, Papa, why are we poor? He said, my son, is because I didn't go to school, but the school I didn't go, attend, the grammar I could not speak, where I could not take this name to, take it there. So I had information, but I converted it to a philosophy, a guiding principle, and I had insight from the insult. The next thing is that neglect should lead to self-respect. See, Newton's law that states action and reaction are equal and opposite. For me, Newton was dealing with inanimate objects. But for me as a human being, action and reaction are not equal and opposite. They might be opposite, but they are not equal. So, neglect should lead to self respect. I had a lot, as a last child, I was not much was expected from me because I had elder brothers. But I told myself that I will create respect for myself and value for myself so that even the elder ones, my elder brothers, will look up to me in future. My mother will say it to me, I'm not expecting much from you. It's my elder ones. That neglect created the desire for self-respect, and I've earned it. The next thing is that irritation should lead to dynamism. In the wilderness, your shoes will not irritate you because God will expand the shoes to meet the size of your feet. So their shoes did not wear old and they did not wax and they wore the same shoes. But we're no longer in the wilderness, we're in the promised land. When you are irritated by something, when you are irritated by a place, when you are irritated by some attitudes, it should lead to creativity, innovation, and dynamism. Somebody was traveling with a bus from Owerri to Lagos, and the bus had several issues. Because of that incident, he started a transport line that did not have such issues. So when you experience irritation, it is not the anger that is the important thing. It is the stimulus it triggers in you that will produce a reaction of innovation and dynamism. Whatever you don't like in the country, whatever you don't like in a system, you create dynamism, innovation so that you can move forward and even move away. The next thing is deprivation should lead to enterprise. We didn't have much. I borrowed coats for matriculation. I borrowed shoes to wear. I borrowed books to read. And because of that deprivation, we named our firstborn Emuobosan. In Yoruba language means your own thing is different. Because those we expected things from when we were getting married either did not have or they were not in a position to give to us. So that a more spirit, we decided to own our own to become more enterprising. So when somebody deprives you, you should become more enterprising. The next thing is refusal should lead to resolve. When people refuse to do things for you, when people refuse to give you things, when people refuse to promote you, when people refuse to even appreciate you, it should lead to a resolve, a resolution that this person, when he sees me in future, he will know that God has been with me. And when Isaac's wells were blocked, he continued digging more wells until Phicol and Abimelech came to apologize to him. Resistance should lead to innovative thinking to surpass the obstacle. There be resistance. Try and look for innovative ideas. Somebody said if you speak to the mountain, if the mountain does not move, find a way around it. If you speak to a mountain, it does not move, climb over it. If you speak to a mountain, it does not move, dig a tunnel through it. So far, you pass through the mountain. So these people have done all these things because there was resistance. Then they became innovative and surpassed their obstacle. One of the things that is going to be common in the last days is betrayal. Betrayal should lead to caution and wisdom. To be more cautionary when you are betrayed, and you should get wisdom. Now, the next thing is that withdrawal should lead to independence. When people withdraw from you, it should create a sense of independence. When I went into ministry after selling the hospital, one of the things I noticed was loneliness, was withdrawal of people from me and my wife and my household. And the resolve then led to independence. So I don't look for people before I do things. I don't depend on people before I do things. Even if I need people, I will start doing until God brings them to come and join me. Action and reaction are not necessarily equal and opposite because we are humans. Because he that is in us is greater than he that is in the world. He has given us a mind to think. As a man thinks in his heart, so he is. And jealously guard your heart. Out of it spring the issues of life. Think about these things, things that are pure, things that are honorable, things that have good report. So when people behave towards you in a certain way, respond by proving them wrong. And I remain your friend, Dr. Charles Apoki. We have a conference coming up on Easter Monday. You can join us online. Send a message to +234 70526763. No, 52136763. God bless you. Let it be a WhatsApp message.